Hi, it's Mike here. Welcome to a Replica Airguns YouTube video. We're taking a look at the Colt Defender. This is an Umarex product. Now this is a non-blowback, one-piece metal construction BB gun, 4.5mm BB gun. It uses 12 gram CO2s, one cartridge. It has an 18-shot internal magazine. It's a smooth bore barrel, so it's non-rifled. This is a double action only pistol, and it has a claimed feet per second of 440 feet per second. Now this is a replica of the actual Colt Defender 45 Auto. It's pretty close. It's made in Taiwan, and it comes in the clear plastic wrap packaging like many of the lower cost BB guns do. And by the way, this gun is part of a series of guns that I was reviewing in my low cost BB gun comparison. And so you can take a look at some of the videos. I'll put the links up right now. There's a video that compares them all, and then I have some videos on each gun independently, and I've gone through almost all of them. This is the third gun that I've reviewed individually by itself. I have one more to go, and that's the Smith & Wesson M&P that I'll be reviewing hopefully next week. Let's take a walk around on this gun. Now on the left side you'll notice that we have the Colt Defender licensing, the trademarks. You also have it on the handle here. Now you'll notice that there's also some different mechanical parts here. You have the safety here, but it's molded in. You also have the slide catch and release here, and it's molded into the gun. So those are non-working. The only working part on this particular gun, on the side, on the left side, is this handle release. And what it does is it allows you access to the CO2 on this side, and on the other side, when I flip it over, I might as well flip it over now, it allows you access to the BBs, right? So it's basically a built-in internal magazine. And let me just show you. I'll show you really quickly if my finger will work. Very simple to load. What I like about this in a way is, well, you can't lose your magazine, and you just use this sort of funnel area here to just drop your BBs in. When you're done, you just give that a flick and up it goes. Now really quickly, I just want to show you the CO2. Fairly easy to load in. Top first. This is a little tricky because there's not a lot of room here, but you know, I have big fingers and it's not too hard to tighten this up. Fairly easy. So on the right side you have your safety, and the way that these safeties work is you just give them a little push in and then you move them in the direction that you want to move them in. So this would be safe here, or sorry, fire on the left side. When you move it forward to the right, it's safe. Again, you have some Colt markings on this gun, and other than that there's really no other mechanical parts. On the top, of course, you have your sights, your front sight, and you'll notice here on your front sight it has the white dot. The back sight, no white dot on the back, and the hammer. Now the hammer is non-functioning. Again, this is another part that's molded into the gun. The sights look like they're adjustable in the back, but they're not. It's all molded in. And you have your ejection port. Now, I thought when I was buying this gun, or when I first purchased this gun, or was getting this gun, that the ejection port was a metal part. But what this is, what you're looking at here, is actually a sticker. So don't get too excited about that being like a nice molded in metal part or a sleeve that runs down the inside of the gun. It's not. It's really just a sticker. Another thing that I wanted to point out on this side that I'm not extremely happy about is you have these screw holes here. Just pull this up. You can see them, the screw holes in the gun, and I'm not a big fan of that. It's just basically how they put the gun together. It's sort of a giveaway that this is a two-sided molded metal, or whatever it might be, plastic or metal, whatever it happens to be, but this is metal in this case, and they've just basically taken two sides, slapped them together, and screwed it together. So I guess it's okay, but it kind of doesn't add to the realism. And not really too much to talk about on the bottom, other than the rail here. You've got your rail mount for accessories like tactical lights, lasers, things like that. Let's take a quick look at a target that I shot at. Now I've already shot this gun before and showed the target in the first comparison review, but here's my second go. And you can see here it did pretty good. Wanted to group, I would say, a little bit to the right, but it's fairly good up and down. There was a couple flyers over here, so if these flyers didn't happen, I would say it would have shot about a 2-inch group right in this area. You know, there's always human factors. This was shot at 20 feet from a standing position with an unrested standing position, and there's always some human factor to consider when shooting from that kind of position. Recently I've been taking some shots at an actual soup can to get an idea of what kind of penetration you can expect from this gun, and it almost made it through here. So a little bit more and it would have made it through. And this gun's supposed to shoot around 440 feet per second. Now the H&K USP is supposed to shoot at 400 and it made it through. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe this particular gun was shooting a little slower than its claimed rating, and maybe the H&K USP is shooting a little harder. So hard to tell. I mean, they're really close, but this one just didn't quite make it through. And I was using the same BBs and everything too. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Well, what I do like about this gun is the all-metal construction. It gives it a very solid feeling. It's a nice, weighty, very dense, heavy gun. Feels good in the hand. It has decent accuracy and decent power. It's a good-looking gun overall. It does look quite nice. And anatomically, it's a pretty good replica of the real Colt Defender 45 Auto. Some of the things that I didn't like so much about it, because it's an all-metal molded gun, a lot of the mechanical parts are also molded into the gun, so they're non-functioning, like the hammer, slide release, the rear safety, things like that. Now, I would have liked some sort of dropout magazine, even though you can lose them. I don't tend to lose things like that, and I like the fact that you can get extra magazines. And so if you want to preload all your magazines and just do some rapid-fire shooting, then that's always nice. I also didn't really like the fact that it had a plastic sticker on the ejection port. Little bit cheesy, and also the screws on the right hand side of the gun, they were a bit of a letdown. It takes away from the realism. I also felt that the trigger had a little bit long of a pull. Well, that's pretty much it for this gun, so make sure to come back next week when I do my final video in this comparison review on the Smith & Wesson M&P BB gun. Make sure to check out my website at replicaAirguns.com. We have written reviews and more articles, sometimes with some other information that I don't include in the videos. And of course we have our new Replica Airgun store, where we sell many of the guns that I review in these videos. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.